So I am going to express my disappointment at Showmax this morning because I have not watched the show. I've been seeing snippets on social media, and I am sorely disappointed at Showmax. I've reached out to Christall yesterday to see that she's okay. And in a climate where mental health is such a serious issue worldwide, for this to be allowed on television is really heartbreaking. And I'm not somebody that has ever spoken about the franchise. You know, I have a production company. I understand what happens on set. I understand edits, and I understand, I'm that person, you put the camera down, I'm going back to my life. So I've never actually ever spoken about the Housewives franchise and what I went through on there. But watching what I did, so just watching the snippets was very triggering for me because, when I reacted, and this is no excuse for my reaction, please understand that nobody should react the way that I did, and I'm not making an excuse, but I was pushed to that stage where I did react and the narrative was changed, and that's okay. I know how TV works. I don't mind being the villain in anybody's story, but guys, just do better. Because yes, I'm probably strong and I can say, well, bug that shit. But there's somebody out there on set that may have other underlying issues that you don't know about, and nobody deserves to be treated that way. Yes, we poke, yes, we prod, yes, we say nasty things, we call each other names, we do all of those things. But when it gets to a stage where you actually downright being nasty, it's not okay. It's not okay, Showmax.
Hello, please welcome back to another trending story segment with me, Komandi Panzi, for reality TV star Angel Ndlela. This comes after she decided to lash out on her co-reality TV star Christall at the Real Housewives Ultimate Girls Trip. You guys, she's now currently under a lot of fire for distasteful behavior, with many viewers of the franchise supporting and standing up for or Christall, you guys, and calling her out for her disruptive behavior. Unfortunately, guys, what Showmax has allowed to be aired on their platform has now gotten them dragged alongside Angel, some viewers, even going as far as wanting a petition signed to cancel the entire franchise. Can you believe, you guys? And of course, Angel was seen criticizing Christall for her, living condition in the presence of other castmates. Now, this entire conversation, sorry guys, started by a very simple conversation. I think they were talking about Nephilim. I'm sorry if I'm not pronouncing it correctly, but according to Angel, when she was defining it, she says it is a fallen angel. Okay, Christall was also trying to be nice and tried to join in this conversation by further explaining to us into Nephilim is Nephilim. Yo, sad. Was cast on earth. It is a demon or the devil or Satan, who was cast on earth, you guys. And she basically went on to explain that, guys, there's always going to be evil on this planet Earth. Guess what, Angel? This is where the fire started, Angel. Then and the devil or Satan dwells among us, throwing shade at poor Christall, you guys. Now, of course, the ladies then decided to carry on with the conversation. One of the ladies basically asked how their day was. Poor Christall then said, you know what, I always try to avoid toxic people. Unprovoked, guess what? Angel responds by saying, yo, it must be tough then being around yourself, meaning that Christall is a very toxic human being. Okay, and by the way, before we continue, guys, before this entire altercation, something which I forgot to mention, before this entire altercation broke out, Angel already planned everything. She even went as far as going into the diary session and explicitly revealing that she will purposely provoke poor Christall because she wants to get a reaction out of her. So then Christall asked A on whether, as the altercation was going on, asked A on whether does she have a human boyfriend, Angel. So obviously she lashed out to Angel and told Christall that she has a boyfriend, unlike her, in fact, who sleeps around with married men. Obviously, Christall is now provoked. So she is out here asking Angel whether she has mated with this alleged boyfriend who is human yet. We understand that. And ask Angel if whether or not does she have a son or a daughter. This is when the fertility issue was brought forward, and I don't know, guys, at what point did Christall make fun of Angel's fertility issues, because she literally turned everything upside down and twisted it to make it seem as though Christall was now attacking her for not being able to have children at the moment, according to what she said on the show, that she is currently having fertility issues. And she changed the entire topic to seem as though she was the one who was being attacked by Christall. And you can imagine now the girls are going back and forth, and Angel then comes for Christall, stating that, remember, you went from a mansion to a 2-bedroom apartment, and even went as far as telling Christall that, you know, the reason as to why she only has one child is because no one wants to mate with her. So they went back and forth, you guys, and I think the only two things that a lot of fans are not happy about is the fact that Angel came for Christall's living condition, crackhead, and also you know, insinuating that she sleeps around with married men. Okay, so these are the 3 reasons as to why a lot of people have decided to side with poor Christall. Also, guys, Christall was quiet the entire time Angel decided into she is going to be the one provoking poor Christall. Anyways, you guys, so I'm just going to take a few comments, okay? And the one person is saying, so people should sympathize with her. This one is referring to Angel, with her fertility issue, and not sympathize with Christall's financial issue. We all have different battles we're fighting, and none is important than the other. Another one came forward to saying, maturing is realizing that everyone can gang up on you, and it doesn't mean you are the problem. They are just birds that mirror each other. So, of course, this one person is also siding with Christall. I'm just trying to look for a comment that is siding with Angel, and I'm finding it really hard. I think, let me take this one comment here. It says, I get Angel is wrong and all, but we have to start being honest with Christall. She cannot always be the victim. Our guys, we can't avoid her insulting the crew, being racist, and all of that. Guys, I'm literally finding it difficult to find people that are siding with Angel. But anyways, in closing, this one person said, what I've noticed is that Angel often positions herself as the victim, and it comes across as manipulative. There's very little accountability and a lot of self-centering. She's really digging for that storyline, Kosiyam. Okay, so that is why these two are currently trending. So yeah, guys, do let me know whose side you're on, and I will surely see you shortly. Bye, guys.